Hey out there, all you cats and kittens. That's the wrong video. Okay. What we're talking about today, listen, I was one of the 400,000 that was online waiting for the epic battle between Teddy Riley, can you hear me? And Babyface. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Just unbothered. And we saw what happened. Teddy Riley was not prepared, and it showed. All right, so what we want to do is not rehash what they tried to do last night. I hear they're doing it again tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Set your iPhones, or, you know, maybe not, who knows. Maybe just come an hour later when they're really in it to make sure that they're really doing it. I don't. Okay, anyway, so what I would like to do today is talk about what would have happened if it would have went down last night. Now, I'm not going to go over the songs that they had in the order they had because I really did not agree with that. But if it was a real battle between Teddy Riley and Babyface, this is how I think it should have went down last night. Are you ready? Now, I thought about playing all the songs and playing little clips from them and all that, being all up in the video, but then I remembered I don't want no smoke. Like, so I know Teddy Riley's lawyer, but I don't want to hear from Teddy Riley's lawyer. You feel me? You feel me, right? Okay, so let's get into it. Now, if Teddy Riley and Babyface were to go down, I feel like what they should have done is start out with something for the ladies. Oh, yeah, you know how it goes. Babyface had the right idea last night. He put it on. But if Teddy Riley really was not tone deaf, or, you know, just could hear things, he probably should have put it down like this. In round one of the battle between Teddy Riley and Babyface, Teddy Riley should have started with Don't Leave Me Girl. Now, you remember that song. It's a beautiful song. Back in the day, me and my partners, we had to dance to it. We were like, if you take your love, oh, when you go crazy. All right, but you get the idea. Like, well, we can't play the song, so, you know, just let me get away with that. And Babyface, in round one, would have came out the way he did. He was smooth. He just pressed play. He put on a live version of Two Occasions. So in round one, Don't Leave Me Girl versus Two Occasions. What y'all think? In round two, Teddy Riley, you want to simmer up to the top because he's got a lot of fast tempo songs, but don't get into those yet. Let the ladies have their moment. And you want to think about what he could have done to follow up. It could have been another Blackstreet jam, Before I Let You Go by Blackstreet, and Babyface could have come back with Rock With You, the remix, which is my lady's favorite song. I hear you out there, girl. Yeah, for my angel. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been round two. Before I Let You Go versus Rock With You. What you think? Round three, we're still simmering. We're still making it happen. I want you to think back to that video, which had a better version of the song than the album did. And so if you think about that, you think about what Teddy Riley could have followed that with, Let's Chill. You remember the version from the video. That was hot. It was dope. And Babyface would have said, you know what? Babyface would have said, what can I do to counter that? How about a little my, put on your red, put on your high. All right, we're going to edit that out. Okay, we can do that. Let's Chill versus my for round three. Tell me what you think in the comments. Round four, we're going to ramp it up a little bit because we only got 10 songs. We're only doing top 10 this time. And round four could have been when they got into their bag. Now, one of the first songs that will bring the New Jack Swing era into focus was by a man that we all know is not the best crooner in the world, but my man had hits. I mean, he sounded like a vacuum cleaner going backwards, but that's not the point. The point is that I Want Her by Keith Sweat was a jam, and Teddy produced that. It was New Jack Swingy, and that would have been what he did for round four. And how can Babyface come up against that? Well, he just dig into his bag a little bit. He did it last night only because, you know, why not? He flipped the switch and he put on Don't Be Cruel by Bobby Brown. He played the intro just to let y'all know that he can come up with some thriller type stuff. But when you get into the song, you know that that matchup is bona fide. Who do you think would win though? You gotta let me know. That's round four. I Want Her versus Don't Be Cruel. Round five is where we get into it because we're at the halfway mark now. Teddy Riley, you know, he got his hype man dancing. Hopefully he don't do that again tomorrow. But if he does, this is where he starts to float. This is where he starts to really get down. Teddy Riley can start off round 5 with High Five. I Like the Way. Huh, it worked out, huh? Let me write that down. Okay. High Five, I Like the Way. And Babyface, he has so many songs to choose from. Like, this is when you take a moment and you realize that Babyface has produced so many songs that are part of our formative years. Like, if you are an 80s baby or a 90s teenager, these are the songs that really shaped who you are. Now, he could have went with Rocksteady. He could have went for so many songs to go up against I Like the Way. But what I chose here is something, you know, maybe he's feeling a little charitable. Maybe he thinks that maybe Teddy could get this one a little bit. But this is a song that was still a banger. It was the first song, the debut song by After 7. Can't Stop. I didn't sing it. No, that was clear my throat. So Can't Stop by After 7 would go up against I Like the Way. That's round 5. All right. What do you think? You just let me know as we go along. And I want y'all to come up with your own matchups in front of tomorrow's rematch, or how would you say, the remake of the epic fail from the, okay, round 6. We didn't do anything that featured the ladies yet. And I feel like this is a sweet spot. We're into the second half and you want to start it off after halftime, as Teddy put it last night. We just switch up in the middle. This is how Teddy could have come out and he could have really let people know that he was about this life, right? So now you know he did the Michael Jackson album Dangerous back in the day. And while he was doing that, he got MJ's permission to use his song for a group from back then. And we all know, we all love him. We got the nails. We know what she was doing right here by SWV, the Human Nature remix. Now that could have let it off for Teddy Riley. He would have been in his bag. Teddy Riley, you do that, Babyface says, and I'll say, he's just going to chill. He's going to put on the shades at this point, and he's going to flex a little bit, because this is a song that comes from a young lady that he just used really as a demo singer when she first started. He wrote this song for Anita Baker. Anita Baker was like, hey, I'm not about that, but that lady that you have on the demo, wow, she sounds nice. You should probably use her. Babyface says, say less. I got you. He worked it out, and she worked it in. And Tony was born again, right? Tony Braxton, right? So right here, the Human Nature remix against Tony Braxton's Another Sad Love Song. Picture it in your head. Think about it. That's round 6. Oh. Round 7. Now, last night there was almost an altercation where I am staying. I love my lady. I feel like she is the one for me, but last night she tested that. She tested the limits of what we might be about. And I don't say that lightly, because, you know, I really don't be airing laundry, but I said to her, hey, you know, what Teddy should play is my favorite song by his first group, I Like, by Guy. Like, and she said, I don't know why he would do that. It's not gonna be nothing that Babyface ever produced. And I did the glory tier. I do want you to know that. And then I thought about walking out, but I didn't have my mask, so I came back and I decided I'm just gonna let that slide. But it hurt, is what I'm saying. So round 7, I Like by Guy for Teddy Riley, and Babyface can come back and he can say, yeah, I'm just gonna pull out one of the best-selling groups in the history of the world. I feel like, you know, they put out some hits because of me, and I see your I Like, and I counter it with I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men. That might have worked. He probably would have won. She probably was gonna be right, but I just didn't want her to say it to my face, because, you know, I just ate pizza and I ain't wanna throw up or nothing. But she did that, and that's fine. So round 7 would be I Like by Guy against I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men. And for the record, I hate when she's right. Where's Carol Baskin when Okay, round 8 would be where we really get down to the nitty-gritty, because Teddy Riley, he has some smokers, right? We know that already, right? So we've been playing it kind of loose and cool. He's been doing some of his slow jams in this battle just to counter what Babyface has done. But right now, he's saying, you know what? I'm taking the gloves off. I'm turning the mic off. And yes, I know it. It's not ironic that I have the unplugged side and back of me, because that's all he had to do to his microphone, and we would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? But he chose not to do that, and hopefully tomorrow, oh, tomorrow, Teddy. Okay, so let's get down with this. In round 8, Teddy takes the mic off and the gloves off, and he puts it down. He puts on No Diggity, and he says, deal with that, Mr. Babyface. And he can still do the same moves and come out funky fresh, have his hype man be like, what? You know, and then Babyface will say, that's fine. You do what you need to do. Can you hear me? Because in round 8, I'm coming to you with a little ditty from a young man that Quincy Jones discovered. His name is Tevin Campbell. And not only can you hear me, but can we talk? You know what I'm saying? No Diggity versus Can We Talk. I feel like that'd be a formidable matchup. Teddy Riley would probably stop dancing in his tracks and not know what to do, but that's up to them to decide. So let's talk about that matchup in the comments as well. No Diggity versus Can We Talk for round 8. Round 9, we talked about Teddy and MJ before. He put Dangerous together for him, did the whole album, and he had some real good songs. You remember that song Jam when Michael Jackson was trying to learn how to moonwalk by Michael Jordan was trying to know how to moonwalk by Michael Jackson, and so we remember that. But do you also remember the time? You know what I'm saying? Because this is when you get in it, and then the hype man, he could do all the Egyptian stuff and everything. You put the Kango on down low, you know, and do your thing. Remember the time in round 9 versus Babyface. You know what I'm going to say. You probably don't because he got so many hits. But I feel, yeah, give him that whip appeal. You know what I'm saying? You remember the time versus whip appeal. And I think that would be a good matchup for round 9. So it's remember the time and whip appeal. Leave your comments. And then we're going to get into the last round because I'm only doing 10 because I ain't got time and I got to prepare for tomorrow's because I wasted an outfit. So I feel like now I got to go online and JCPenney and try to feel like I could get that dashiki here by tomorrow. I can be ready for them to make up to me what they didn't do right the first time. Teddy. Anyway, round 10, the final round, and this is where we say, I want to put my top song versus your top song. We throw out the dice, see what happens. Now, with the over 400,000 people that were in the room last night where it didn't happen, we want to make sure that we put the best versus the best. And it's the top-selling song by Teddy Riley against the top-selling song by Babyface, and you know, it doesn't matter if it's slow versus fast. We tried to keep the tempos around the same time in the other 9 battles, but this right here, round 10, is where you just say, look, yo, this is it. This is what I got. My Prerogative by Teddy Riley. Huh? Okay. Against End of the Road by Boyz II Men. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't sing it. I was coughing. And, you know, shoot, I was just making sure that my lungs were... My Prerogative versus End of the Road. Can't sing the songs for you. I just want you to picture it in your head. You see Bobby Brown, you know, the people with the guitar, and you got his headphones on, like, you know, he was selling insurance. Like, all that stuff was in there. And then Boyz II Men, they're walking down the road. And we know Michael said some stuff that really didn't make sense. But because the song was so dope and it stayed on top for so long and it was in the movie Boomerang, then you got to understand that that contributed to it being one of the best songs in the history of R&B. So I want you to think about these 10 rounds, right? And now that we had some bonus stuff, we could have put anything by the Whispers. We could have put anything by Pebbles. My lady was really intent on getting a Pebbles song in there, but I don't feel like that was in his top 10, you know. We could have put some more Bobby Brown in there. We could have put some other things like, you know, Every Little Step didn't even make it in here. We had more Babyface songs like Never Keep It Secrets and When Will I See You Smile Again, or When Will I See You Again, and all these other things. But we kept it. Usually, I try to keep it in the top 10, so there'd be a good battle. Teddy Riley could have had a lot of stuff. Just Got Paid by Johnny Kemp. He could have had Just Groove Me by his group. You know, he could have had a lot of things, but, you know, he doesn't deserve nice things until he makes up for what he did the first time. I'm calling Carol Baskin right now if you don't show up tomorrow and do the right thing, Teddy. Now that we found love, he could have put on there. I'm just going through some more of his stuff because maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got. I was upset last night. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. But today, let's do our own battles. Get in the comments and let me know what you think should have went down the first time between Teddy Riley and Babyface. He went online and said, oh, it's like a boxing match. You know, if you mess up the first... No. No. And don't even try it, because that's what you want to do. You want to do pay-per-view, but we ain't going for it. Teddy Riley versus Babyface. Part 2 tomorrow, right now. Leave in the comments what you think should have went down. And listen, Teddy's lawyer, I ain't really seen no songs, so don't call me, okay? I love you. I love y'all. Let's go.